afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero of Strike, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to a 1 vs 1 on Simwaski. Between the south, we got Jezerez fighting for the Soviet Union, and the 5th Tank Corps hot in pursuit here of the 10th Panzergrenadier Division under the command of Alastor. Fighting here with the Oberkommando West, Germany. We got Overwatch, we got Scavenge, and we got Special Operations here with infantry bulletins all the way. Well, also machine gun there versus Jezerez, Partisans, counterattack tactics, and shock rifle. Heavy emphasis on shock troops, actually a bit rare nowadays. The current set meta game. Well, I do see some players actually going for counterattack tactics, strangely enough, but still, shock rifle and the shock troopers there, for example, don't see that much usage. Double conscripts there, though, with a bunch of infantry. Fult's going to lead with Kugelwagen here for Alastor, who's going here straight for the village of Simwaski. Which is interesting. Could be he might be playing for the old strategy, which some players along token sort of restart, where they should basically set up a forward position here and then be a real bastard to get out. Though, of course, it does risk losing control of the rest of the map, which again, back then wasn't so much of a problem because, again, most players tended not to focus so much on the fuel points, again, for inexplicable reasons. But again, now where it is, if Alastor is actually planning for that, he could encounter some serious issues in terms of fuel and his opponent gaining a fuel huge advantage over him. You got the 3rd conscript there on the way for Jezerez. He's all heading towards the centre. Initially, it seems like Alastor's slightly falling away from that, but there you go. Conscript versus Fult's going to do here. Mercenary guns versus Kar 98Ks. Kugelwagen then moving towards the fuel point up there. Southern fuel point will be secured here by Jezerez engineers, while the Sturmpanzer moving down there. Might actually be trying to harass his opponent's fuel point, I suppose. Petro falling down dead there by the centre victory point. Yuri falls after. More conscripts arriving. And there we go. Down south, engineers versus Sturmpanzers, in this case trying to cut off a direct path towards his fuel point there to make it harder for Alastor to harass him. Nice work, but in this case it's caught here, and in this case the cheese wire can be shot to bits, so he doesn't need the wire cuts for that. So Ludwig, why do we have to shoot this? Can't we just, walk past it? Nine, there's some kind of secret force field that prevents us from walking past it. I don't know really how it works. Engineers are getting shot to bits there by the Sturmpanzers with the Sturmgewehrs. Here we got Fultz versus conscript, but they're being pushed across here. Not a good position there for Alastor, but it looks like he's trying to fall back towards the house here. Church still occupied by conscript north here. Kugelwagen ground what he can. We got 4 conscript squads out there for Jezerez. In the south, we got mines going down there. We got more conscripts arriving there. We got more Fultz Grenadiers for Alastor and the 10th Panzergrenadier Division. So there you go, more troops arriving. Do we any tech up there for Jezerez on a map like this, and with closer quarters, in particular, a lot of fighting happens around the centre. Molotovs could be an idea there for him. Up north here, we got conscript versus Kugelwagen. Low on health there, a bit exposed, could go a bit terribly there. Down here, we got conscript there. Full squad now here versus Fultz Grenadiers there. He's going to have to rush them, deal with them. And up here, trying to use the house against the Kugelwagen, though at the same time they're low on health, so there's a question how long they can last down here. Sturmpanzers versus conscripts. Mines have been laid down, more conscripts arriving there. Sturmpanzers, unless, A, Jezerez pulled something really silly, or Alastor pulled something really brilliant. He's going to be forced to retreat there. There's just no chance here the Sturmpanzers can last that long. Of course, the mine here will ensure that Jezerez's advance will be slowed down a bit. It particularly keeps them a bit too close in this case, though he didn't. So, only 2 men dead. In the centre, though, the conscripts have been left to themselves, and the German infantry, supported by the Kugelwagen, are overwhelming Jezerez's hold on the church. On north, though, going for the fuel point there, trying to slow down Alastor's fuel income. Sharp move there by Jezerez. Again, the whole harassing of fuel is suddenly beginning something, again, more players are actually thinking about and trying to work towards, which is, great, and certainly a lot more interesting to look at, not just players just piling down in the centre of the map. But Sturmpanzers making their way back. We got tech up there for Alastor. Likely again, if he's planning again this sort of, 4 point here, he's going to be going for the battle group headquarters, which means no looks of Puma or anything like that to worry about for Jezerez. Back here, troops healing, not just reinforcing their snow field infirmary up. We got a maximum up though. Bit of machine gun works there to deal with the fascists. The opponent's being seized. Full is moving up here, engaging the conscripts. Shooting a few shots there. Fultz is moving out. And up north, their fuel point has been cut off from Alastor and denied to the Oberkommando West. Fultz, they're taking losses. Out in the open versus conscripts out the house engineer support squad. We got a minesweeper up there. Obviously, once he sees one mine and loses men to it, he quickly gets a minesweeper. Sharp reaction there. And up here we got the Maxim versus the Fultz out the church. The Maxim should be able to win that one. In this case, first engage the Kugelwagen. Could get it. Fultz there. And the cool one gets knocked out there by the Maxim crew. Down here, slow movement there. A lot of harassment there, goes connecting the northern fuel point to his resource line as well. Meaning Alastor already is going to follow him back. And again, he's going for this Fort headquarters here. So again, Alastor setting himself up for a bit of a risky position with this kind of setup. I mean, again, he will have a sort of reasonably strong position here. But Jezerez can rush ahead of him in terms of tech and just swarm him with the tanks, for example. So it's not exactly without its risks here, to put it mildly. Comes with there versus Volksgrenadiers back into the house. Not a lot of the Volksgrenadiers can actually fire, because in part there's the fence in the way. So they're just sort of standing there looking at the fence. You know, Jürgen, yeah. This fence is really shoddily made. I mean, look at that. The wood's terrible, and the carpentry as well. Jürgen, there are more important things now than... Oh my god, you're right! That is terrible carpentry. So it's verdammte Russen. Up north here, though, going back to the fuel point there, though. Can't sneak about. They continue harassment there. Good work there by Jezerez. And we actually got shock rifle here in a rare display here as of late from Jezerez. Heavily equipped there with submachine guns and body armor. Satchels filled with the grenades. There we go. Fox coming up close to a mine, though, there. Conscious might want to fall back. And we got Fox standing about here. Feeling firming up. We got a light infantry going away there for Alastor. A bit of lightest artillery. Shock troops look like they'll be trying to hit south through here to support the conscripts beleaguered here by the house here. And also push against any Germans that might be sort of trying to push down towards the fuel point. Overall, I think, sensible response there from Jezerez. They might want to retreat the conscripts before it's too late. Here, point being seized. And up here, conscripts will need to retreat, but still, Jezerez there consistently keeping Alastor from getting too much fuel and taking up himself. Good work there. We got Sturmgewehrs up there for some of Alastor's Volksgrenadiers, and there you go, conscripts engaging them out in the open. Shock troopers slowly make their way forwards. And there you go, conscripts retreat again. Too late, though, and that's basically sort of the issue there. I mean, sometimes it's not so much about, you know, just dying there, but it's actually, you know, units waiting on the retreat path, killing them. So that regard, Jezerez there was too long in actually retreating his conscripts, and he paid the price there with Alastor's Sturmgewehrs. Got the shock troops there, though. Volksgrenadiers will not be able to deal with that. A lot of fire there, quickly falling in towards the house there. Quick grenade could flush them out. They are taking damage. So again, they are up against two squads, some with assault rifles. So I mean, nonetheless, I mean, even if they got body armor, it can't last that long. One option would be to simply smoke out the house or grenade it, but you know, he needs to make a decision soon. Otherwise, he's going to be forced to retreat the shock troopers there. In fact, he should lay down a smoke grenade before closing in. I mean, that's generally what in part it's there for. The most players just use it to screen against machine guns. But generally, I mean, you can use just close to units like Volksgrenadiers with assault rifles, and that way take minimal fire. Right there, that can make it a bit better there by Jezerez tactically. Up north here, harassment around here. We've got Jaegers out there, so it's scavenge versus shock rifle. Scavenge, pretty common. Shock rifle, a lot less. T-70 in the way there, not a bad choice, I think, for Jezerez. Need to retreat the conscripts. Folks continue southwards here towards the fuel point. More assault rifles out there for Alastor's troops, and we got the Maxim heading northwards here. But overall, I mean, Jezerez is doing a lot there to deny Alastor precious fuel. Well, again, it's showing he gets as much as possible for his tiny tanks. Shock troopers there, reinforcing conscripts as well. T-70 light tank is out for Jezerez, and the south here, sandbags being laid down. Might want the T-70 for that, and up here, Steel Pine being held back by the Maxim in the house. In the centre, Volksgrenadiers making progress as well. Lightning gun shifting about a bit. We got a fort retreat point here for Alastor, further strengthening his graft around here. And there we go, conscripts versus Volksgrenadiers, but without Molotovs, he can't flush them out of the cover. And the Volksgrenadiers, thanks to the sandbags, they pretty much have the advantage here, since it's otherwise pretty much open ground. Of course, the T-70, if he's clever about it, will not engage head-on, but instead engage through here, get behind, and cut off the retreat path. Generally, that's sort of the best approach there, to sort of try and deny the opponent an easy retreat there. But he goes a bit head-on there. I think he should try to wait a bit closer. He might still get a wipe there, but he could, I think, done a bit more to get in there. The Volksgrenadiers actually get away here, so that could, I think, been handled a bit more efficiently there by Jezerez, tactically that is. In the centre here, we got shock troops moving forward again, getting swarmed here by infantry. Almost got the Volksgrenadiers there. Mine went off somewhere, but I can't quite determine where. Shock troops, they're just charging in. Not entirely sure what something to do with them, but he's taking a lot of fire. He's actually popping a grenade here on the light infantry gun. Almost got the Volksgrenadiers. He could actually get a wipe. He could get a wipe. Could get a wipe here. There we go. In this case, the fort retreat point, of course, also makes it easier for Jezerez to sort of kill any retreating troops, since they'll be stopping a lot sooner and a lot more exposed. We got a Kednos on the way there for Alastor, quickly recruiting the lightest infantry. Schutz victory point here being harassed by Alastor's stout Jägers, attached to the 10th Panzergrenadier Division here, having been disengaged from their own Jäger Division. T-70 good to go, more or less. Needs some slight polishing, and then it's good to go. Shock troops reinforcing. He could consider maybe another light vehicle. A half-track for someone could allow him to reinforce at the front line, making him harder to push off for Alastor. Could also, just stuff shock troopers in it, then he'd get them up really close easily and do a lot of damage that way. An assault gun could also be used for dealing with the battle group headquarters and any light vehicles Alastor might get. So there's quite a few options there for Jezerez to sort of consider pursuing. Maximum going in the northern field point. Alastor striking subject to gain any progress. Mines down there again. He's really focused around here, but again, while he does hold this point, again, it can be pretty difficult to dislodge unless his opponent goes for a lot of artillery, like say a pair of mortars. At the same time, he doesn't get a lot of fuel. So again, it's a pretty big trade-off here involved for Alastor, and it could very well backfire on him. Unless, of course, Jezerez just feeds a lot of troops into him. But again, Jezerez is doing what he can to deny Alastor a lot of resources again, so for the most part, this is not looking too sharp at the moment for Alastor. Though he is going for Panther Strikes and the Sturm Pioneers. As of late, Panther Strikes and the Sturm Pioneers do seem to be catching on more as people realise, they're actually not that bad. In fact, they're pretty handy some of the time. Instead of just relying constantly on, minesweeper kits and all that, though, of course, they can still be pretty useful, but still, having a Panther Strike can also be pretty useful, in particular versus light armour and light vehicles. Right there, I think Jezerez is making a mistake. These just using his T-70 where he should be aware there's anti-tank equipment nearby. Oh, he drives right in front of my Kedden there. I don't think he was paying attention. He's very much risking losing a lot. He's going to lose it. Yeah, that was not very good for Jezerez. That was basically throwing away the T-70. I mean, he did get a wipe, so it's not a complete loss, but that was a bit wasteful, really. They suffered some losses there against Alastor. Quickly salvaging the T-70 for any fuel, since he's desperately in need of it. Quick grenade assault here. Clearing up the shock troopers there from the cover, pushing them back. Heavy assault rifle fire there, pushing them back further. Up north, the Sturm Jägers charging forwards into what's going to be a bit of a bad spot there, since there's a Maxim ready to fill them with lead. And without any smoke screens or anything like that, the Jägers have largely no chance. There we go, pinned down, and Fitz dead. We've got Tech up here for Alastor, so it's going to further just reinforce this position with the Schwerpanzer quarter, which again, it's going to make him a lot more difficult to sort of, get off the point. We've got a mortar out here for Jezerez, that's definitely going to help with that a bit. He's under counter-artillery fire, which means he's going to have to launch his larger scale assault line, just trying to bleed them up with artillery. Which means he's going to need a smoke screen and then sort of rush in close with troops, but at the same time with the Schwerpanzer's quarters soon to go up, that's going to be a lot more difficult. Then again, he's close to a KV-8, so in theory he could pull that off. If he launches, one big assault there with a lot of equipment. And this is also where the T-70 would have been quite handy, but he lost that. Shock troops will push back. In the south here, Engineers versus the Sturm Pioneers. Almost finished the demo charge. Looks like he realised they're just going to deal with that. Engineers falling back a bit. Sturm Pioneers actually end up retreating in this scenario. That's very interesting. I would have figured it out so we just push forwards, but looks like he was worried here. We've got incendiary artillery barrels called in here on the German positions. Not entirely sure that was worth it. Again, that should be more part of an assault here. Could have made it much harder for him to reinforce around his battle group headquarters. But comes there, have to fall back. They're actually slightly on fire themselves. Corpses dropping out of the windows. Of course, still got the light infantry gun. You got the Schwerpanzer quarters going up there for Alastor and the 10th Panzergrenadier Division. Comes a bit of assault here with the Volksgrenadiers. And we got Fulton engaging here. Conscripts really need to get out now. Not looking good there for Jezerez. Engineers sneak up for the south. We got mines down there, and we got more conscripts arriving there. Shock troopers good to go. Having been reinforced and healed up. And I'm guessing he's saving up now for something, heavier than instead of just going for more light vehicles to pressure. Now he's trying to buy time for bigger stuff, like maybe a KV-8, which again, considering the current circumstances, Alastor hasn't been giving that much fuel. And he's got most of the infantry. I mean, a KV-8 could work out, but it also backfire a bit. I don't know. We'll have to see here, obviously. Shock troopers versus Fulton support here for the mortar. Fulcher's pushed out, trying to already dodge a grenade there. Shock troopers were basically Soviet assault engineers with body armor attached to them. Little fun fact there, they're usually organized into independent battalions and then attached wherever needed. Quick grenade then the Fulch Grenadiers. Oh, doesn't dodge. 52 then the shock troopers caught upon there. They're harassed by Alastor. Good work there. Good Arbeit. Here against the Jaegers. Mortar fire landing down. He might want to retreat the shock troopers before they bleed out needlessly. Conscripts arriving. Seems like Jezerez is very much planning on the KV-8. He could also try and take up. We got a demo charge here. Nasty spot, though. At the same time, will only work if he tries to counterattack while he's still doing that. But still, that's pretty much going to be a guaranteed wipe. Going for the co-op victory point here again. Alastor trying to counteract. He's managed to draw away the maximum here. Due to the artillery here, he's actually gone for second light infantry gun. More light artillery there for Alastor and the 10th Panzer Grenadier. Got Fulch. Oh, Scheiße. He's moving in both Fulch Grenadier squads towards. Oh, nein. Don't do it, Alastor. It's ein Trap. Ach, Scheiße. Oh, that hurts. 10 Fulch Grenadiers annihilated in one demo charge. Talk about value. Ach, mein Gott. 90 munitions, that's just 120 munitions gone, plus 500 manpower. Oh boy. And we can see a response from Alastor's basically to call in the Ostwind, knowing desperately he needs something to turn the tide now and do something about the infantry before it's too late. But that's just a huge loss there for Alastor. 2 Fulch Grenadier squads. Oh dear. Yet Alastor is fighting onwards. I think that would have been the point where some players would just, you know, quit the game right then and there. But we got the Ostwind sitting out there to deal with the Russians in the south. Jezerez needs to be careful with this mortar. He's operating it pretty close to the front line with nothing to screen. I mean, he could risk Alastor actually getting it. Northern fuel pump being taken there. We got a KV out here, so he was very much focusing on the KV-8 flamethrower tank, the Russian Dragon there. But of course, the funny thing is, by this point in the war, they would use T-34s with flamethrowers in them. In fact, not a sort of main gun sort of thing there, but actually whole machine gun replaced with a flamethrower. Fun fact there. Up north, the shock troops pushing back. There's Dion Pioneers there. He might want to sort of try and push for the southern fuel pond there, Mr. Alastor. Ostwind rolling ahead. They're straight against the KV-8. Got a field gun supporting there. Fire there from the 45mm gun, but they got a Kednev man to penetrate hit. Second, a Kednev Fulch lands in there. Alastor obviously expecting some kind of heavy armor play. And there you go, Jezerez falling back, rebuffed here by the heavy anti-tank position from Alastor. But Jezerez is quick to regain the fuel points and again overall quickly build up towards more armor. You got more Jaegers out here for Alastor. Because they're taking nice hit from the lightest infantry gun, and it is time here for the mid-game analysis. In terms of damage, Alastor's hit kills-wise, Alastor's ahead. I mean, quite a bit there. Obviously, again, he's sort of been able to control a point. Then again, Jezerez has to accept been playing into it, you know, so trying to play around it in our territory and then sort of make some more clever tactics when trying to reduce the position here. In terms of army value, reasonably close there. Again, there's been some points where Jezerez fallen back, but now they're pretty much almost equal. Their resource float-wise, Jezerez been floating a bit more again, trying to build up for the bigger stuff and points out there. Again, Jezerez has been more in control against Alastor, sort of more consistently as well, though not hugely so. One thing that Alastor I think should consider is more of his mines here and there to make it harder for Alastor to grab territory back. And definitely, you know, he should use the mortar, but I think he needs to be less about trying to sort of knock out stuff and laying down smoke screens that negate as much as possible of Alastor's defense, make it easy for him to close in and then deal damage, then to expose elements like, for example, lay down a smoke screen here, cutting off at least the Schwer Panzered quarters, then deal with the rest of the stuff while the Schwer Panzered quarters can't support. I mean, that could easily be an idea there for Jezerez to consider, you know, in dealing here with Alastor's position. Another option would be to simply just try and dig down against every other victory point in these two, which again is going to be tricky here considering how they're positioned, but he could try, and that would just try and bleed out Alastor. That means the fight's going to go on forever, but that time, I mean, he could then, you know, try and then force Alastor to commit more and then sort of bleed him out as he then tries to push into Jezerez's territories. I mean, there are a few options there to consider for Jezerez, but I definitely think more mines, and I think he should definitely try some smoke screens, or at least if he's going to try and just blast his way out, he's going to need more than one mortar, at least 2, maybe even 3 to sort of really make it work. And a part of me would also definitely suggest some more lighter vehicles, some maybe an S-16 to help counter that flak panzer there. I mean, trying to play for an IS-2, I mean, is a possibility. I mean, could deal a lot of damage there, deal with some more entrenched positions, and so on. This wouldn't be a bad choice at all. But again, it will give Alastor more time to get back stuff as well here. Even if he's got barely any territory, I mean, he, just didn't get back for, maintain it for just a bit enough. He could get out of Panther or something that could actually give Jezerez a bit of a headache. So, I mean, that needs to be something he needs to be careful about. Another option would also be to tag up, go for Katyushas, and that way, try and blast Alastor positions into submission. Maybe go for some T-34s. I mean, there's several options there. But I definitely think he needs to first and foremost focus on getting the rest of the map at all times. Deny Alastor anything but this point. And that's what then, once he's got that, push against Alastor there. As for Alastor, he needs fuel. He needs to go for the fuel points. He needs to do it schnell. Otherwise, he's not going to last long here. And he needs to go for some armor at this point. Panther 4, but even a Panther might be necessary because, I mean, he's simply so far behind him. He doesn't really matter much more. He's going to be up against the big stuff, most likely. So Panther's going to be, a reasonably solid choice there. Some orbits will be good. And I definitely also think some mines here and there to make it harder for Jezerez to harass him in return. But he definitely needs to figure out which of the two fuel points does he want to hold, and then need to make an effort towards actually holding it for any sort of period of longer time. Otherwise, he's going to be a lot of trouble. I mean, otherwise, he would sort of keep, Jezerez from suffering, ensure he suffers huge loss every time he tries to push Alastor out of here. I mean, he's going to be reasonably safe, though. I mean, as long as he keep up the attritional warfare, in that sense, I mean, he's not going to be too poor off. But again, if Jezerez builds up too much of a fuel advantage, Alastor's going to get crushed by heavy tanks. It's not like, again, Alastor can just sit back there. But again, Jezerez needs to focus on getting other victory point as well. I mean, he's not been really that much focused on it. Again, that's definitely a bad idea. Again, he wants to force Alastor to have to leave this spot, and that requires harassing this spot as well. Akedma for creeping ahead there. KV's going to need some repairs. And generally, the only really KV variant that's sort of only fighting there the later stage war was the KV-85, which is basically a KV tank with roughly the same turret as the T-35, which ends up being sort of an intermediary between the KV series and the IS-2 series. Fun fact. Field gun on the fire there from the light infantry guns, using the Akedma as a spotter. Sneaky work there by Alastor. Also moving ahead there with a similar flak, sends the Maxim running. Mortar moving up there, good hit from the field gun on the flak panzer. Sturmpani is more on the way there for Alastor, possible for repairs, mines people and more Panzer Schlecks. Quick anti-tank grenade there. I do still feel like the mortars are being exposed to. We got shock troops flanking up, we got holded here by Jaegers, and Sturmpani is flanking in. Plus the flak panzers also still about there in theory. Gishel's jumping the rank for Alastor. We got Antilles called in here to try and break up some of his positions. Grenade off there, wiping the Sturmpanies. Huge loss there. KV-8 moving ahead there, needs to shift over to the flamethrowers though. And there goes Assault broken off here in the south part of the village. Akedma for pushback, shock troops moving ahead. He's got enough resources here for an incendiary barrage, which you then call in around here, which I think would give Alastor quite a headache. Bit too slow there. KV-8 not moving forwards. So much they're bunched up right now. And there we go. We got an incendiary barrage called in on the position. This could be a huge loss there for Alastor. Akedma's going to call up with KV-8 moving ahead, trying to burn up some of the fascisti. These Sturmpans caught in the fire as well as they're trying to repair the Ostwind. Akedma for cleared. Into the Schwerpanzer quarters though. Gonna need a smoke screen on that one to make any assault here, I think, sort of reasonably successful, but still did some damage there on Alastor. I think he's trying to mortar the Ostwind there, specifically to get in the Sturmpanies nearby fix. At the same time, we got harassment towards the south for some Jaegers, and we got another KV-8 here for Jezerez. Now, I don't think a second KV-8 here is the right choice for Jezerez. I mean, sure, again, it's sort of great, soaking up and dealing with infantry, and I still think would also be quite helpful there, but also better at soaking up the hits from the heavier armour. Plus, also more capable of dealing with the Ostwind. So I think a single IS-2 would have served Jezerez more well than going for a second KV-8. I mean, he could still pull it off, but I'm less sure of that. We've got the second KV-8, they're heading down southward to deal with the Jaegers there, grabbing the southern fuel point, at least that way, opening up some fuel supplies for the beleaguered 10th Panzergrenadier. Lightning for gunfire against the Maxim, their KV-8 being fixed up, field gun hanging back, and up north he's still got Contras there hanging about, they're defending the fuel point there. And KV-8 rolls ahead. And Jaegers there send running. Slowly being scorched, roasted. Sturmpanies there, got the Keep it moving up there, go Kednaffer again. Need to pull it back there. Oh, again, he should have laid down a smoke screen to again minimize the fire it could receive. Almost wiped the comms there with a light infantry gun fire. Grabbing points here, trying to cut off the fuel point there, but still need to retake it as well. Alastor moving up there. Second Arcadenef, actually third Arcadenef there for Alastor again. He knows any armor's far off and he's got to play for the Panther. He's going to partly more looking like the best salvation again. He's going to need more Arcadenefs, in particular versus all these KV8s. More Arcadenefs will be necessary. Field gun then a pretty bad mistake there. Easily target there for the light infantry guns. He's trying to pull it back here. Mortar on Defiance there. They're trying to silence the Russian artillery. Not a bad idea at all. I think a good choice, in fact, for Alastor. Also holding up the shock troopers there. And finally moving down there to capture the silent fuel point. Jezerez still got a sort of nice fuel lead there over Alastor. Standing by. Going for the central victory point once more. Field gun there being cleared out. Need to retreat it fully to the base for reinforcements and healing. In fact, that's all of his anti-tank at the moment. There goes shock troop being engaged here by the Ostwind. Bit risky there by Alastor, but in this case it does pay off quite nicely. Pushing back the shock troops before they're able to do any harm there to Alastor. It's a bit of quiet here between the two sides. Jezerez back to sort of gaining superior map control over Alastor, but is having a bit of a harder time actually leveraging, I think, fully versus Alastor. Also moving southwards, KV8 waiting, but going with its flamethrower, no main gun, but there you go, switching on to the 45mm gun. Shots fired there against the KV8. Troop ceiling reinforcing here, including the field gun. Good work there. Alastor is clearly aiming here for the Panther. He's probably expecting an IS-2, in which case a Panther 4 in this situation here will probably struggle a bit. At the same time, might be able to push forwards against Jezerez before he gets an IS-2. Jezerez, though, is going to still be a bit of time there before he gets to it. Though not too long. Artillery fire raining down against the Russian positions. Mortar again sort of leading the way. I'm not entirely sure why Jezerez insists on having his mortars that close to the front line. His structure is a bit peculiar. I'm guessing, and he's trying to silence the enemy. So the problem is, again, just one mortar against two light infantry guns. It's not really going to cut it, in particular not that close to the battle group headquarters anyway. So it seems to have been a bit of an odd idea that Jezerez sort of got stuck in his mind. Up north, though, seems like the concept got wiped. He wasn't paying attention to the Jaeger's web to get close and launch a grenade assault, collapsing the entire thing like a house of cards. Right here, Jezerez is actually going to suffer quite a few losses. Perhaps he's getting impatient, or there's something else going on either way, though. He's only making some awkward decisions. His mortar has been lost, by the way, shattered by the light infantry guns. Again, I'm not entirely sure why they decided to try and destroy it with a single mortar. I mean, that's just outgunned completely. Taking a lot of fire there from the Kednefers and the other, well, the Shroud Punted quarters, essentially. Calling in intended to barrage here. Field gun's moving up. He's just launching in a full-on assault there, but with the insufficient support. Again, smoke screen here would have done lots to sort of silence some of the weapons. Minimize the fire would take as it pushed against the units here. I mean, basically, we could have separated this part from this part. He could have dealt with this part a lot more easily, and then he could have dealt with this part. I mean, that's part of what a smoke screen, amongst other things, can do. You could separate your opponent's force into more manageable chunks, in particular, this sort of, bunched up like this. Field gun wiped as well here. This was a catastrophic, I think, assault there by Jezerez. I mean, he didn't even commit most of it, but at the same time, he, I think, would say committed it pretty poorly. I mean, even if the shocks had been there with a single smoke grenade again, he could make things a lot easier for himself. But sadly, again, he based it out, Alastor to use all of his defensive forces against Jezerez he attacked here, which is generally not what you want to do. Again, if you can in any way minimize the incoming fire from your opponent or separate them, you'll generally try and do that, or should do that. Instead, he lost his mortar, he didn't use his shock troopers, and he just sent in the KV8s, allowing them to take a lot of fire. And he's now handed over a field gun there to Alastor. So that's going to make it harder here as well. And going to mean the IS-2 will have a lot less impact. But again, he could have had an IS-2 up much sooner, which would probably have had a bigger impact then. And now we got a Panther on the way for Alastor. So again, had he just gone straight forward for the IS-2 in this case, it would actually have worked to an extent. But now once it hits, he'll be up against a lot of anti-tank, including a Pilfered field gun and a Panther, which means his IS-2 will be exposed to a lot of fire and has increasingly limited support. So while it's not game over yet for Jezerez, I mean, whatever advantage gained, for example, blowing up these two squads here is, I think, safely gone now. At the same time, though, he's doing some harassment here with some Jaegers there. He's preparing for another head-on assault here, and this time there's absolutely minimal chance of smoke. Constant rushing ahead there. He's going for the Kednev. He's trying to steal it right there. Very bold there. He spots the other Kednev. KV can deal with the IS-2 moving up there with its 122mm gun. A Kednev for crew wiped. That was just a waste of conscripts. But there he goes. We're taking hits. There you go. Field gun as well. He's got munitions from this India artillery barrage. I want to focus the anti-tank first. Not the Ostwind. Not the Ostwind. The Ostwind can't penetrate the IS-2. The field gun can. There we go. Doing a lot of damage now to Alastor. The Kednev recruit again. We got artillery called in behind here. If we can silence the Schwerpanzer quarters, that'd be good. Panther, though, is arriving here for Alastor. Sent in from a nearby Panzer division to support the 10th. KV moving up, he's trying to get that Schwerpanzer quarters. With the Panther, he needs to pull back. KV-8 there engaged. Trying to get the light infantry guns. He's going to lose the KV-8 here. Need to pull back the IS-2 here, I think. Though he's close to getting the Schwerpanzer quarters, which is good for him, less good for Alastor. IS-2 misses the Panther there. Artillery raining down. Panther goes in on the hunt here. Shot bounces. Panther, on the other hand, does not bounce the IS-2 shot there. Contra with anti-tank grenades here nearby would have been helpful. IS-2 misses. Panther, it seems, does not. Trying to crush here the shock troopers. Need to get the troops up there. He's got double a Kednev, so he's basically managed to leave Alastor now with a very small force in some ways. So again, he's still got plenty of armour. There goes two Lancer penetrating on the Panther again. This, by the way, being the later model IS-2, the 1944 model, which had a better sloped armour, whereas the first one, sort of early model, didn't have so great sloped armour. In fact, I think it had barely none, meaning its armour was easily penetrated compared to the later model. I believe there are also some differences with the gun. Lancer hit there with the IS-2 there on the Panther. Harassment here, actually bleeding out to Jezerez a lot there. So while he's finally secured the centre victory point, it's rather coming at quite a cost there. And in a sense, trying to help the Kednev first, preparing the IS-2 close to the front. Kednev bounces off the the Panther's thick armour, sloped armour specifically. Another hit there, he's trying to get the Schwerpanzer quarters. Field gun recruit. Almost got the Schwerpanzer quarters, needs to be careful, he pulled back here. Almost losing the IS-2, damn close. He could try and creeping up the Kednevs and then deal with it that way. A bit risky there, but probably a better chance. He's going to need more engineers probably to rapidly repair the... Oh, spotted here. For some reason, someone's allowed themselves to be seen then. Now it's getting devastated. He's trying to creep up like Kednev for not working out there at all. For Jezerez needs to retreat like Kednev. It was a bold attempt, but didn't work out. Still, more engineers to rapidly fix up the IS-2 is going to be necessary here. Kednev wiped. And fixing there the Schwerpanzer quarters. Max and find the advancing folks. We've got the IS-2 moving up again here. Pretty risky there. Gonna try and get that Schwerpanzer quarter again. It's being fixed up here. Jezerez really pushing his luck. Kednev for Lance hit there. He's almost got the Panther. This is a pretty close game between either sides here. Whoever loses the heavy tank or the big tank first is probably going to be the one that loses. Since otherwise they don't have a sort of more reliable way of dealing with the other. There's a little thing there. So IS-2 being fixed on, he's not getting more engineers, and he's still repairing awfully close to the enemy, taking hits from the enemy artillery. More steel pilots on the way there for Alastor. Good idea to help speed up the repairs of his Panther. Very sensible choice there. Shocked from here, but again into the line of fire of the Schwerpanzer quarters. No smoke screen, they're getting quick laid on a grenade, and there we go, does so. Good work there, good work. The Kednev being cleared out here by the Osman, now Veteran 2. IS-2 close to Veteran 1, still needs more engineers. The Kednev there shoots, forced retreat here. Concentrating for the Allied Kedden effort. Smoke since slowly beginning to lift here. One here, Jezerez could consider calling up an assault gun here to support his IS-2 versus the enemy armor, but also lay down artillery support. That could be an idea, actually. A half-tech could also be useful here. Again, with launching force here, making it much harder to deal with for Alastor. But so far, no sign of either. Just sort of keeping the current course rather than trying to adjust just a bit. But Panther's already been fixed up here. He's ready to push back against the Marxist swine. And there go, moving at the Panther here. Shot bounces. Both shots bounce. IS-2 pulling back here in the face of the Panther. Misses the Panther. Panther on the other hand bounces again off the IS-2's frontal armor. Goes in on the hunt here. IS-2 lands a penetrating hit. Panther does so as well though. Guns moving up. This is going to get an anti-tank grenade off. Another penetrating hit. Down to half health damage engine, but the Panther lands another penetrating in the IS-2. So wisely here, Jezerez pulls back his IS-2. I mean, he could risk it, but in the current state of things, the Panther's a lot more likely to get the IS-2. If even slightly sort of favourable there rolls in terms of armor penetration. Need to pull back the IS-2, need to get fixed up. He's not getting more engineers though. He's going for another field gun. And he needs to remember to grab the rest of the map here again. He's getting too focused in the centre here. He's losing control of the otherwise excellent map that he sort of managed to gain previously. So now it's rather in the hands of Alastor, who's also prioritising his Panther, again, with a lot more repairs. Meaning the Panther can much faster get back to the fight, ensuring that what little repairs they can manage to get on the IS-2, of course, won't end up mattering much. He could even soon go for another Panther. Meanwhile, I think Jezerez going for a KV hit is a bit of a mistake. I mean, it could be helpful if he attacks with it correctly, but Black Panther taking hits from the Kedden effort. Booby traps on the centre victory point, not bad. KB rolling hit, but again, versus the Panther and a field gun, it's going to be a bit limited what one can do. And the Panthers gain veterans who won. Need to fall back with the conscripts there. IS-2 halfway fixed up, still needs more engineers. Jezerez need more engineers. Oh, again, he's forced to push out there again. The lack of engineers basically forced him to sort of pressure the IS-2 more to what he can do. And now, with Alastor getting another Panther there, the IS-2 soon going to be hopelessly outgunned. Lands a penetrating hit there. Panther close to Veteran 2 itself. Again, if lands a good hit, Veteran 2. High rate of fire, that's going to be bad news there for the Panther. IS-2 moves up, lands another hit. Panther's main gun is out. But we got the field gun supporting here. Ostwind taking hits. We've got a smoking down from the Jaegers. But that one saves the Ostwind as well. He needs more engineers. Again, had he just more engineers, he could easily finish off the Panther. But again, every single time there, the IS in such a condition, he can't, risk trying to finish off the Panther. Which means, again, just thanks to Alastor having more steel and pilots, can quickly fix up the Panther, getting back. And again, Jezerez's IS-2 is still in a poor condition. It's sort of an vicious circle here of poor maintenance. Constant moving out there. In this case, his pop capped, he can't actually get the second Panther, which I suppose is a small relief for Jezerez. Since the second Panther would, I think, pretty much be the death knell here for Jezerez. And again, it's going to happen eventually. Ostwind Panther engaging, KB taking hits, IS-2 moving ahead, and again, not fully repaired. Incendiary Barracks called in here on the anti-tank position, lands here down the Ostwind, KB flanking in behind, but exposing 3 armor here to the 3 Panther quarters a bit. Field gun still standing, fire there from the KB, he's almost losing the IS-2 there. Panther arrives, number 2. Troop being burned alive horribly, Steel Pioneers also there you go, KB down, field gun down, Steel Pioneers almost done, but there you go. Panther going hit, 3 armor exposed, IS-2 misses. And there we go, the Panther gets the killing blow on the IS-2. And with that, I think Jezerez's might is broken here. Yup, surrenders, victory for Alastor and the 10th Panzer Grenadier shown rather close at times again. I think Alastor's overall early strategy not the strongest here, but he was along by Jezerez. I think strategically had the right end of the stick here again, sort of grabbing the rest of that, but tactically he sort of made a lot of mistakes that proved quite costly for him. And again, he didn't partly also focus enough here in just trying to gain victory point dominance, forcing Alastor to attack out of his comfort zone. And he just kept attacking on it without trying to do anything to make it easier, like say smoke screens or sufficient artillery support. I mean, when your opponent has 2 light infantry guns, 1 mortar is not going to cut it. Yet Jezerez just sort of stuck with that. I also think he should have gone for the eyes too fast again. Had he done so, that could probably be GG as well. So there are a lot of sort of smaller mistakes if Jezerez sort of piled up there, whereas Alastor again just stuck to the comfort zone and was allowed to do so without much of a challenge there, and just Jezerez sort of slowly threw it away there. Again, I think he in many ways played well, but just some tactical mistakes just pile on to become huge tactical mistakes, including strategic mistakes, I think, rather than to cut Jezerez in the end. But again, he had the right idea initially, just less great at actually dealing with this stuff. And again, mortars and smoke screens tend to be one of your best options to deal with a sort of intense position. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gives you different matches. If you did, subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in replay and some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial signing off. And of course, for those wondering where to send in, links are in the video description. And do provide details. I still get way too many replays that tell me, bugger all except, please cast this one, Mr. Ding, which actually has the exact opposite effect when you're not telling me what the hell is going on, who you are, or where you're ranked. So again, details matter. But anyways, this is Imperial signing off, and hope to see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Cheers!